What's up, everyone? Sportsman17 here today. I'm bringing you another video about Lauri Markkanen and some more trade rumors. Surprise, surprise, another summer means another long time of Lauri Markkanen rumors. Now, this time, I believe it a little bit more than last time. The biggest one going out there is Lauri Markkanen to the 76ers for their third pick. Overall, we have the fifth pick and Paul George. That's just one that I've seen. I don't really want Paul George on the Jazz. Like, why are we? I get that we're getting a third pick, but is there much of a difference between Ace Bailey and Trey Johnson? Maybe. That's the whole thing, I guess. Should we take the third pick, get Ace Bailey, take on the contract of Paul George, or like, do we just take the fifth pick, keep Lauri Markkanen, hope that he does well, get more assets from him if we trade him farther down, or even keep him and the Jazz win if that's where we're going? I honestly can't tell you where the Jazz are going right now, but I wouldn't be surprised if there would be a trade for moving up. I know there's a lot of talk of the Spurs trading their pick for like Giannis. I honestly wouldn't mind the Spurs trading for Giannis that second pick, because I think that would give the Bucks a fresh start. You know, Damian Lillard's gone. Giannis, I think, is growing uneasy, and Giannis and Wemby would be a pretty cool duo. It would be fun to watch while the Jazz are not winning, because they're not going to be winning for a little while. I think it would be interesting to see if the Jazz move up, and also if they just totally squash the team even more. Trade John Collins, trade Lauri Markkanen, trade Jordan Clarkson, just trade all the veterans, which is tough. But I guess if we trade Lauri for Paul George could at least be getting paid like $40 million a year to teach Keontae George how to get a shooting percentage up to 40%, his three-point percentage up to 40%. I don't know. I'm kind of just mentally preparing myself for a Lauri Markkanen trade. I understand why we would trade him, especially like where he is at in his career, what the Jazz are doing. Just really sucks because I like Lauri Markkanen a lot, as you all know from this channel. And I think it would have been really fun to see him succeed with the Jazz and have the Jazz win, but I don't know if that's franchise is going, unless they just go crazy all summer. But there hasn't been any shocking trades really from Danny Ainge, other than, you know, Rudy Gobert, Donovan Mitchell trade. Those were all huge trades. But other than that, we've kind of just been doing these slow trades, getting assets here and there. We haven't seen a huge trade like a Lauri Markkanen to somewhere else for a large return of assets since Donovan Mitchell. So it's interesting that we'll see what happens. I'm excited for the fifth pick, even if we do, because we got some pretty good players. I'm kind of a Trey Johnson guy. Look, anyone at the fifth pick has flaws, but I think Trey Johnson can average at least 20 points per game. He can just be this electric offensive player. Now, his defense might be lacking in this and other stuff, but I'm getting kind of sick of all these like pros and cons. I get it. Every player has a con. Every player really stinks, but I feel like that's what a lot of these draft analysts are focusing on. So every time I look something up, I'm like, oh, they're not good. But it's like, I want to learn more about their good. And the only way to do that is by watching them play. And I think out of like Jeremiah Fears, Trey Johnson, VJ, I don't even remember his last name, Colin Kniffel, all those players, Trey Johnson has gotten me like, I'm like, ooh, this guy has some step in him, and like he has something to him that I can just feel electric, like make the Delta Center electric again. I know we might have to this draft, but I just don't want to draft a role player. I want to draft someone who can be a potential all-star, you know? Can ask for him. I'm a depressed Jazz fan, and it's just going to get even more depressing probably from here. The NBA draft is June 25th. So we're about a month away from it. Maybe this is the last month we have with Lauri. Maybe we watch him play again. I'm excited for the draft. I'm excited to see what happens. Cooper Flag will be going #1, but I'm excited for that second and third pick to see if the Sixers and the Spurs, you know, trade him away. Which, if both the Spurs and the Sixers trade their picks away to get assets to help them win now, I feel like that really hurts the way the lottery works right now. I don't know if that makes sense. It's like the lottery is supposed to help teams who are really bad, and I do think that tanking is bad, and the NBA shouldn't like reward tanking, but they also shouldn't screw teams over for being bad. Like, they need to at least give them something to have hope for and build upon. But NBA is just a big business. I was listening to ESPN radio today, and some guy called in and was like, yeah, I really hope it's the Pacers and the Oklahoma City Thunder. I think that would just be really awesome, fast-paced finals. He didn't even bring up like the size of the market. The ESPN guy was like, oh yeah, you know, well, that would be cool, but like the NBA is a business, and like from a business standpoint, I want the Knicks to go in. And it's like, okay, I mean, it's cool that the Knicks could go in. They've been terrible my whole life. And honestly, they're like the one big market team that doesn't bug me. They're kind of in the East. They don't really affect the Jazz much. It's just annoying that like if we did get a Thunder and Pacers finals, people would be complaining about them when they're the two best teams in the NBA. It's like, what's the point of having these small market teams if the NBA only cares about these larger teams? Just make it into a 10-team league then, and then have the 20-league smaller league, I guess. I don't know. That's a Sporty Spence rant. I've been thinking a lot about this small market, big market thing since the Jazz and the Wizards and the Hornets all got kind of screwed over in the draft. We'll see what happens. I do hope that it is the Pacers. I hope that it's the Thunder. Now, no matter what, the Western Conference, the small market team is going to be in the finals. The Pacers, they are electric, and they have been probably the most fun team and surprising team for me to watch. Like, I didn't even know that they were this good. I don't even know if anyone did, but they're they're in the Eastern Conference, and I don't really pay attention to them. The NBA, of course, won't branch out and market like the Pacers, a 4-seed team. You know, they're going to be doing the Celtics and the Cavs and the Knicks, the ones that give them a lot of click stuff to drive them, give them more money. So we'll see if Lauri Markkanen gets traded. If he does, I'll be sad. You know what would be crazy though? I thought about this. What if we traded Lauri Markkanen, 21st pick, like next year's first round pick, and like another asset that we have? Maybe not next year's pick, but we got to keep the 3rd pick and the 5th pick this year. I would be intrigued by that. Drafting 2 players within the top 5, like that would just be interesting to me. I don't think that will happen. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, this is Sporty Spence 17, another video. Hope you guys have a great weekend and take care.